Alright, so make sure you have this sheet out that we just did the notes on for 3.1. Alright, and you should have the notes done for 3.1 before you do the notes for 3.2 because we're going to use some stuff here. Okay? So if you look here, the last one that we did for 3.1 was dealing with this subtraction, and we got that exponent in the denominator. Alright? So when you think about this, if we were subtracting here, 5 minus 2 is 3, 10 minus 5 is 5. In this case, 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Right? So we're talking about a negative exponent. Right? A rule that we need to talk about is you don't write negative exponents. You always make them positive. And let's make sure we understand how. Right? So let's do this first one. We've got 2 x's on the top. We've got 5 x's on the bottom. I'm going to cross off 2 pairs. We don't have anything left on the top. Right? We've just got these 3 x's on the bottom. Right? If we subtract it, we get x to the negative 3. So what I want you to do here is I want you to put x to the negative 3. Right? But we don't write it like that. So we need to rewrite that as 1 over x to the third. And we got that 1 over x to the third. These cancel out, so we're left with 1 on the top as our placeholder, right? And x divided by x is 1, and x divided by x is 1, and 1 times 1 is 1, right? And then we've got our 3 x's here left on the bottom, right? So let's go ahead and talk about this next one here. X to the negative 1. X to the negative 1. How could you get x to the negative 1? Think about some exponents that you could do there. What about like x to the second over x to the third? That would give you x to the negative 1, right? Because 2 minus 3 is negative 1. And if you think about it, you've got x times x over x times x times x. And you cancel these out. You're left with the 1 on the top and the x on the bottom, right? So when we have a negative exponent, what we're going to do is we are going to take it and put it in the denominator to make it positive. Right? So let's try that with this one right here. Right? 4w to the third. So if we were to take this one, we'd have 4, and then we could put those 3 w's in the bottom to make them positive, right? But the 4's got to stay on top because it doesn't have a negative exponent. Right? So then that's going to leave us with 4 over w to the third power. Right? So those are negative exponents. Pretty quick. Let's go ahead and talk about the zero product property. Right? Like everybody right now, take your calculator and put 5 to the 0 power in your calculator. Okay? Go ahead and pause the video right now, put that in your calculator and see what you get. Alright, I believe all of you got 1. And you could put any number to the 0 power and you're going to get 1. Let's try that with one like this right here. X to the 0 power. If we were going back to this subtraction again, to get the 0, you would have maybe a problem like this. X to the third over x to the third, because 3 minus 3 is 0. So let's see what that is. We got 3 x's on the top. We'd have 3 x's on the bottom. They would all cancel out because x divided by x is 1. X divided by x is 1. And x divided by x is 1. And 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. Right? Let's talk about this last one. 5w to the 0 power. So that could have been like 5 times, I don't know, let's do y. Y to the second over y to the second. If we write that out, it's 5y over y. And if you think about it, these are going to cancel out and cancel out. And 5 times 1 is 5. So you're wondering, like, Mr. Dodge, well, we just got 5 here, even though you said I always get 1. But think about it. We did get 1 for w to the 0. We just had to multiply it by the 5 in front of it. Okay? So that is a zero product property. So, or 0 property for exponents. So go ahead and practice some of that.